All right. Hi, everybody. This is Jennifer. And as promised, it's Testimonial Tuesday. So I have my friend Sue Whitney on here, and she's just going to share with us a little bit about her journey with this product and how it's impacted her. She's been on this journey a little longer than I have and has a good story. So I'll let her take the floor.
All right. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks for having me on. I'm happy to be able to share what Hempworx has been doing for me. I started Hempworx, let's see, mid last January, I guess, 2017. And my husband did as well, but I'll go into his story in a minute. But yeah, I was having a really tough time. My neck had been bothering me for about 4 months. I couldn't sit at the computer without just being in excruciating, it was just agony, 15 minutes. And I would have to, put ice or heat or whatever. And I was taking about 2,400 milligrams of Advil a day. And it wouldn't even touch it. I know it was, and I understand, it was killing my kidneys, but I needed to be able to get through the day. And the other thing that was tough was I had leg pain from my low back, which has been a chronic situation now since I was in my mid-20s. And the pain in my leg was not going away. The Advil was not helping. I tried everything. Okay, let's try, anti-inflammatory diet. I went vegan.
I was gonna say, because you seem like a pretty healthy person to begin with.
Well, I try to be, and that's the thing, managing your weight. And, as you get older, that gets harder. Right. And I don't like to do that either. But, doing the exercises, building my core, none of it was working. So my friend Debbie was posting on Facebook, and I was like, okay, CBD. I'd researched it years ago, but there was hardly any information, 3-4 years ago on it because it was brand spanking new then.
Right.
So I said, well, what the heck? I'll give it a try. She was actually having a giveaway. I didn't win it, but I said, I will try it anyway. And so I actually bought a bottle for my husband and I. And I got it in the middle of January, like I said, in 2017. Within 24 hours of taking it, my neck was better.
Awesome.
And I was shocked because, again, I was taking, high doses of Advil prior to that. And it took about 9 days for my leg pain to go away. And so that was a little bit tougher. Again, it's probably a large area to work with when it comes to low back issues. So, but it was remarkable not to have that. In the middle of the night, I could turn over without having to change the pillows and, put them between my legs, put them behind my hip. And so, and that was the other thing was, it was probably about 4 days in, I noticed that I was sleeping better. I was taking 45 minutes to get to sleep every night. And I'd sleep for like 2 or 3 hours and wake up, and it would take me another 45 minutes to fall asleep. So I'm like, every night. And I like to sleep. Right. And so it was, I think the more you get frustrated, the worse it is, because then you start dreading going to bed. But about 4 days in, I realized I was falling asleep within like 5 minutes.
Right.
So I'm like, well, this is great. And I understand, my neck pain had improved at that point, but my leg pain had not. So it was kind of like, it wasn't just that was going away. It was improving my sleep overall. And I would wake up once a night and, get up, go to the bathroom, and I'd go to bed, get back in bed, go right back to sleep.
Right.
So it's been like that. Now it's been over a year. And occasionally I will get a cranky neck from doing like things I shouldn't do. Well, things I still have to do, like, wash the windows, where I'm looking up all the time. It will get a little cranky. And that's when I use the relief cream. Yeah. That stuff is like a miracle in a jar. I love it. It's amazing. In fact, I had a hysterectomy in October. And of course I had to stop, all my supplements at that point, the week before. And I got home the night of my surgery, and after being on, a stainless steel table for 4 hours, knocked out, my back was seriously killing me. I was in tears. That was the only thing that hurt, was my back.
Right.
And I had taken Advil and Tylenol. I had ice on it, and I had taken my CBD oil. Nothing was working, and I was like, "This is horrible." I changed, I traded one thing for something worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible. My husband goes, "Try the relief cream." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, oh, please go get it." Right. So he went and got it. I put this little tiny dab on, about the size of my little fingernail, and within less than 30 seconds, I think it was like 15 seconds, the pain was gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah. Right.
I used it on my neck before, but it would take, 5-10 minutes, whatever. But this was just almost instantaneous. And nobody was more surprised than me at how fast it worked. So that relief cream, seriously, if you have an ache, discomfort, knees, elbows, fingers, whatever, you've got to try it, because it's amazing.
Burns, insect bites. I use it on my sinuses if I feel like my sinuses are getting stuffed up. That stuff works for everything.
I would actually use the CBD oil on insect bites directly. I would just rub it in a little drop. Because when I get bit by a mosquito, the bite is probably about the size of a $50 in about half an hour. So I would get a bite, and I'd put the oil on it, and it would be gone the next day.
Perfect.
And it would never get swollen.
Right.
Wow, this stuff. So it's all these little things you start to notice about CBD oil, and obviously the relief cream is amazing, but it's over time you start noticing all these little improvements in your life. Like my teeth used to be uber sensitive. If I drink something cold and then eat something hot, it was like, now that's gone.
Yeah, awesome.
All these you start to notice. So
you found this a lot sooner than I did. I just I started researching it a year ago, and I really between December of 17 and August or June of 18 is when I found this particular company. And it was all the research that I had done, figuring out what should be in it, what shouldn't be in it, what to look for, that led me to this one. How did you find out about it, and what led you to this oil?
Well, he was a trusted friend, and I had done, a little bit of research, like I mentioned, but I thought, I just have to try something. And if it works, that's great. If it doesn't, then I'll move on.
Right.
And once I started taking it and it worked for me, that's when I really started to delve into the research of, from the growing of the plant to the processing of the oil. And Hempworx just hits everything. Their standards are high, and I don't have any doubt in the product itself.
Right.
That I don't doubt its quality.
Right.
And looking at the price point out there, the price is great. I mean, I don't know. I had somebody talk to me. We were talking about CBD oil, and she's like, "I bought a bottle. It was $300." I'm like, "What?" You've got to see what I'm taking, because I think you're going to switch just because of the price point. But
well, one thing I find interesting when it comes to that kind of stuff, like I had somebody last week who got a hold of me and was sharing with me what they were using, and it was like 1,000 milligram bottle, but of course CBD breaks down by the ounce, and it was a 4-ounce bottle. So where the customer thinks they're getting 1,000 milligrams, because it's a 4-ounce bottle, it's really only 250 milligrams. And so there's stuff like that if you don't understand it, you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know how it all comes together. It's very easy to go out there and spend more than you need to spend, thinking you're getting more than what you're actually getting. And then of course wondering, well, why doesn't it work? Or why aren't I getting results? Or thinking, I tried it and I didn't get results, so it doesn't work altogether. And it may have just been the product that you selected, which, there's a lot.
Exactly.
That goes into it.
And, that's one of the things I've always marveled at, that, maximum dosage for Advil, you can take, 4 pills at a time, right? So that's 800 milligrams at a time. But if one pill works for you to get the headache, why would you take 4?
Right.
And, I've seen a lot of people say, I've tried a 1,500 milligram bottle, and it's like, well, maybe 500 would work for you. So why wouldn't you try that first and then work your way up?
Yeah.
Because you may be paying, paying too much for what you're using and what your body needs, because your body really does decide. And that's one of the other things too, when I started the research, was realizing that everybody's body is so unique, and the way their body processes CBD oil is unique.
Yeah.
I would get 4 drops for 6 months. Anytime I tried to go up, I didn't feel as good, so I would stay at 4 drops. I did go up once because my hip started bothering me, and I went up to 7 or 8 drops. I felt great again. So everybody just have to listen to what your body needs and what it's telling you it needs. Don't try to force it. And I feel that way with most medications and supplements, that if you can get by with 1 pill, don't take 2.
Right. Exactly. I agree. Yeah. So I'm curious, out of all the people you have shared it with, obviously one of the things that gets us so excited is that you use it, you get results, you end up sharing it with other people, they get results, and then the stories that come back to us, the thank yous that come back to us. Kind of what's your favorite one so far of the folks that you've shared it with?
Oh, well, it was a recent gentleman. He's actually a YouTube guy. And he was using another brand, and a very, very popular brand. And I think they're actually one of the 13 that became certified. And he was like swearing by it. I would never switch. I'd never switch. And I said, well, just try ours. Just try it. And he did. And I waited a week. I was like, I don't know if I want to ask him. I was, I know it works. But because he'd been using this particular brand for 2 years, and so he got back to me. He goes, I got to be honest with you, Sue, it's better than what I was using.
Awesome.
And he said, I knew from the first dose that it was better.
Yeah.
So that meant a lot, because again, it was one of the top brands out there, and that Hempworx for this person beat it hands down. And he tried at least 10 other products. So that was remarkable. And he also tried the relief cream. He does bodybuilding and stuff, so he had pulled something, I don't know what. And he was using it. Usually it takes about 6 months for it to feel better. And he said it took a few days with the relief cream, and obviously with the CBD oil as well, supplementing it. Yeah. Yeah, so that was one of my best.
Yeah, awesome. I call those two the power couple. You got the oil that works on the inside, and then the relief cream if you need a pick me up on the outside kind of thing.
Yep.
So
inside, outside.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Do you want to share a little bit about the promotion that Barb's running for the month?
Okay, let me see. What is it now? We have got quite a few going here.
Just the one about taking a free look.
Okay, yes, that's the tour. In the comments below, I'd suggest if you could leave your email address for Jennifer, because we do have a promotion going on. If you take a tour, and she can actually sign you up for it and get it done for you, and you will take a look at what our company is all about. And it is a wonderful business to get involved in, because you really are helping people feel better. I love that I can help people, and that's really what it's about: educating people about CBD oil and giving them a solution, whether they try Hempworx, which is obviously, I think ours is a superior product, or if they do try another one first, that's great too, as long as they get out there and they're trying it. But with our company, we do have a promotion right now. If you take the tour, you go into a drawing, you have a chance of winning $1,000. And if anybody that signs up under Jennifer wins, Jennifer also wins $1,000. So that's an amazing promotion. And if anybody does place an order this month, you have a chance of winning $100 to $1,000. They have golden tickets and random shipments going out the entire month.
It's the Willy Wonka contest.
Huh?
It's the Willy Wonka contest.
Yes, yeah, I love that. I love that. I love the original one. I actually didn't see the one with Johnny Depp, so I don't know.
Yeah, right. Me neither. Yeah. Now my biggest thing with this is just educating people, helping people. I've got a huge local following in my area, and actually just did a class at the library this weekend, just helping people understand, what to look for. There's so many people that have heard of this, but when you first hear of CBD oil, it's funny because we spend all day, every day immersed in it. So we think that everybody knows what we know. But then when you get out and start talking to people, you realize it's still so new that nobody really knows what's going on. Nobody knows what they should be looking for, what should be in it, what shouldn't be in it. And so I just have a huge, I just enjoy teaching people and helping them find something natural that's going to help them without all the side effects that come with a lot of the prescription type stuff that's out there. So anyway, so
Yes.
if you have the interest, you can just private message me. I like working with people one-on-one, and just working with what they have going on specifically and what suits them and their needs best. So that's kind of what drew me to this. I used it, we used it for my dog. Then my husband and I used it. He got such great results that he shared it with all of his customers, and he's got about 80 customers locally. And so before I knew it, my first intent was just to get my product paid for every month. And then before I knew it, I had a nice little local following. And so it's like, well, okay, I guess this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'll just keep sharing and see where it takes me. So, but it's just doing awesome things for a lot of people, and we all have somebody in our lives that, they're hurting, their aches, pains, just like my class this past weekend, one of my customers shared that when we met, he couldn't even get up out of his chair to walk across the living room. And now he's not only back to walking every day, but he's sometimes doing 3 miles at a time. And he's actually back to, lifting weights. That was something that he always loved to do, but he just couldn't because his hands had gotten so swollen and stiff and achy that he couldn't do it. So, when you have a product that you share with somebody, and then the next thing you know, you've got 2 or 3 of their friends and family members coming to you because they recommended it, you definitely know it's just an awesome product. And obviously with what's going on in this industry as a whole, you've got everybody and their brother coming out saying, we've been into nutritional drinks, but now we're in the CBD business. It's like everybody's getting in on it. And the thing I love about this company is this is what they did originally. This isn't jumping on the bandwagon for them. This is who they are, who they've been, and will continue to be. And to me, their commitment to quality, coming out with the seal of approval from the U.S. Hemp Authority this week, and then Josh talking about they're moving towards wanting to put a QR tag on every single bottle to be able to scan it and be able to look at the third-party testing straight from that bottle. Apparently he put that out at the I want to say it was the Anaheim Roadshow. He mentioned that. Yeah. So if that happens, that to me just hands down separates us that much further from just all the junk that you see on the market, especially when you're seeing I saw the clip from Dr. Oz this week where they went and, bought up a bunch of products, took it to the lab and tested it. Very few of them even had CBD in them, and very few of them, said or were what the label said that they had. So a lot of people getting duped, and I just want to help people to know what it is they should be looking for. Even if they don't, choose the same product I chose, that's fine. But let me at least share what I've learned to help people not get products that's not going to help them. So
yep, it's important that people buy quality products.
Most definitely. So yeah, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Sue, and sharing your story with us. I sure appreciate it. And again, if you guys have any issues or questions, or want to take a look, or just let me help you by sharing the knowledge that I've learned. So just reach out to me and I'll be happy to help. So thank you again, Sue. Have a good afternoon. Bye.